Yo, yo, yo. We are going to build conversational AI agents. And the promise today is that I should be able to get this up in minutes. According to 11 Labs, they have just dropped a new conversational AI, which should allow you to build AI agents that can speak in minutes. And I'm not trying to really hype this up or anything like that. I'm not sponsored by any of these people. So this is literally me taking a raw live look to see, how true is this? How far have we come with AI? And can I actually use this to solve real business problems? And one of the use cases that we're going to look at is how can I use this in my apps so I can get feedback from people? The big problem right now is that a lot of people spend a lot of time, trying to type stuff out, but they probably would rather just have a conversation. And then a lot of times when people give you feedback, they just don't want to give you that raw feedback. But people are more than happy to just yell at an AI system. So I'd rather have them yell at an AI. So let's take a look at 11 Labs real quick and see what they're cooking with as far as their latest
Building AI
release.
agents that can speak is now easier than ever.
Hi, what would you like to talk about today?
Introducing conversational AI with 11 Labs. Build, test, and deploy, all in one platform for the most natural way to communicate with technology.
Bruh.
Hey, can I check the status of my order?
Yes, of course. Let me check for you now. Your order is due to arrive at around 2 p.m.
Building conversational AI agents used to be immensely complex and demand huge resources, but not anymore. Start building your agent by creating a voice or exploring our vast high-quality library to discover one that's perfect for your application.
Hello and welcome to DHK Online. How can I help you today?
With a wide range of the best LLMs to choose from, you can then upload your knowledge base and define the goal and personality of your agent. Or alternatively, you can
This is
integrate
wild.
your own server to take full control.
Hi, this is Eric from Bound Events. How can I help?
Hey, I accidentally bought a ticket twice. Could I get a refund, please?
Sure, please read out your reference number and I can begin to process that right now.
Our system will analyze and evaluate your transcripts, providing you with valuable insights, conversation playback, and the ability to test and define success criteria.
Yo.
And it's all possible in 32 different languages.
Welcome to DC Medical. How can I help?
Hello, ¿hablas español?
Sí, hablo
por
español.
supuesto que hablo español. ¿En qué puedo ayudarle?
And
Ay,
best yet,
papi.
effortlessly deploy your agent into
Mommy.
websites with a single copy and paste. Or leverage our SDK for creating apps,
Wow.
services, or even video games. So whatever you're creating,
Sheesh.
get to production in days,
Get to
not
production
months.
days.
And all with enterprise-grade security to keep your users' data safe and secure.
Yo, let me cook.
It's time
let
to
me
explore
cook.
the huge potential of conversational AI with 11 Labs.
Oh, I like this video. This is mad fire. So this announcement came to my radar yesterday, and I said, boy, if it's as easy as this looks, we're going to definitely have to cook with this. And big shout outs to my friends, Hertzfeld Labs. We also got Tech Friend in the building. By the way, this video is not sponsored by any of these people. I have built my career working at Apple and now doing stuff on my own. So I get to play around with some of these tools and explore them without my own opinion. So you may see a lot of videos on YouTube or a lot of people doing stuff and, they get paid by these companies. So they're going to have more of a tilt and they're really just going to be making the video to push that product. I'm not pushing this product at all. I'm really just going to tell you how it is. And that's kind of cool because I have my own money. I get to say whatever I want. And if it's not good, I'm just going to tell you it's not good. There are products I purchased in the past and I have previous live streams going back. It's things that I really do like Cursor, and I use, and it's really good. And the team actually gets the feedback and iterates. Where there's some other products I tried, like a physical thing, like the AI pin. I bought with my own money and everything. I even know the founders and stuff, but that doesn't matter. I just gave my raw opinion. I said, this is not ready for me. It doesn't work for me for where I'm at. And that is what it is. There's no hard feelings. I'm just giving it to you raw. So if you like this type of stuff, I would suggest that you just hit the little subscribe button just to stay tuned in for free, because I'm going to keep doing more of this. But I really want to get your support. And the way that you can do that is just through the subscription on YouTube or also on X. So that keeps this whole thing going. I kind of like this vibe of just, having people who support this and not really just being sponsored by big companies. And so that's just kind of the vibe that I'm rolling with. And if you're down to do that, that's kind of what this channel is really all about as far as what we do for streaming. So definitely check that out. A big shout out to a couple people who've already started supporting. Definitely feel that, just to go with the vibes, because that's what we're just going to do raw here. And my goal is to make money through like actually providing value as well. So I want to provide value by using these apps and exploring to see, are these actually good for my business? Can I make a business from this to serve people? And that's how the lens that we're going to look at this for this app today. So 11 Labs, they have this generative audio stuff. And if you just go to 11labs.io, that's where the product support page is, or their website is. They have some examples of like voice changing, dubbing, text to sound effects and stuff like that, and voice cloning, which would be really interesting. So yeah, there's an AI SDK, or there's a SDK that they have. And apparently if we just get started for free, we should be able to check out this AI voice generator thing. So let's just kind of see if we can do that. So I've already, basically it just says go to app here at the very top. It'll have a sign in button. So that's kind of what you would do. And this basically takes us to the home page here. Let me make my head a little bit smaller, and let me also move myself to the side. That way we can get this all rolling here. So if y'all down with that, that's what's up. Shout out to Humza hitting the GOAT button. That's what I'm talking about. Ray always keeps it 100. Ray is the real GOAT. What are we building with today? So yeah, today we're just going to be checking out some of these voice agents. Is this as truthful as they say? Can we get this set up as fast as possible? My goal is to try to see if I can integrate this into into my apps. That would be so cool. So there's instant speech, there's AI agent. So the AI agent's the one I'm really interested in playing with here. So it says try a call. Let me go ahead and try this out.
Hi, I'm Eric. How can I help you today?
Hey, Eric. I'm trying to see if I can book this flight today. Can you help me out?
Hey there. I'd be happy to help you book a flight.
Are you okay?
Awesome. I'm ready to help.
Why do
Great.
you keep fading
To
out?
help you book a flight.
I know why. So check
Great.
this out. When I speak a little bit of a... So because of my recording setup, I'm having my audio from my system go back into the actual microphone. So that way you can hear me on the live stream and you can hear the actual output. So it keeps getting interrupted within itself. And that's kind of the reason why. So I'm going to have to come up maybe to do a little bit of a clever way to see if I can pipe it out so that you can still hear it, but it doesn't interrupt itself. Let me see if I could do something here. So yeah, that's kind of what the problem here. So try a phone call.
Hi, I'm Eric. How can I help you?
Hey, yo, what's good, man? Yo, what's good?
Hey there. I'm Eric, and I'm happy to help.
Oh, I see. Okay.
Hey there. I'm Eric, and I'm happy to help.
Yeah, okay. So I'm going to have to try something a little bit different, but agents, there's math tutor, there's video game character, and there's travel guide. So I think what I want to do is I want to make a support agent for my website. And the way we're going to test is we're probably just going to do this live where literally I just put it in my app and then just y'all can just start testing it. I think it does cost money and I don't even know what the cost is, but we'll have to look into that in a little bit. I just want to start building with this thing. So at the very bottom, it says start from blank or create this agent. So I'm just going to go with support agent because according to their video, we should be able to kind of cook with this here. So, all right. So we have this support agent up. This is a late night stream for those folks who are on the other side of the world. Definitely appreciate that. Can we use a custom voice and use your own voice too? Let's see if we can find that out as well. I think that'd be really interesting to find out. So this is support agent, test AI agent, has like a little link too, link copied. Okay. SDK. Wow. This is going to be, hopefully it's this fast. Any additional languages? We'll start with this first. Hi, I'm Ray. Let me cook. Bro. What is Gucci, fam? I'm just going to inject my personality here. Okay, system prompt. You are support agent named Ray. You are very friendly, enthusiastic, and want to help the customer get what they need. Answer 3 to 4 questions. So I want to update the system prompt and want to have it to be like my tech support agent. So my app, raytranscribes.com, I just relaunched this with new pricing. And so I want to get feedback for people who use my app. So now you can actually subscribe to this for $6.99 a month. And I'm basically doing this like limited locked in early rate. So I want people to use this and I want this to be a utility. I'm actually learning to launch my own models on a server that I can have running 24/7. So I kind of need a bunch of people to sign up so that the server costs kind of pay for themselves. And so I'm just, if I can lock in enough people, that'll pay for itself, which would be really nice. And that way I don't have to like pay per tokens and all this other crazy stuff. So right now, basically you get this app for free. It's super fast. And I want people to use the app, but instead of like giving me feedback by text, I just want them to talk to my 11 Labs agent. So one of the things that I might do right now is just go to ChatGPT. Actually, yeah, what I'll do is platform.openai.com. So we're going to generate a system prompt using the playground. So we go to playground, and I'll show you this cool trick that I was showing on my 7-hour mega stream. And that trick basically is this little thing called system message. In the system message up here, we're going to hit this little sprinkly icon, the stars or something. And then when we hit that, we're going to be like, I want to make a voice agent that will handle my handle feedback for my app. The users will click the button to chat with the voice agent, and I really want them to give me a raw take of anything on their mind. It could be things they like about the app or things that need to be fixed with the app. I also want the information to be after the people speak. I would love to be able to collect the feedback in a structured manner to take action on it. And so what I'm doing here is basically, this is kind of like a generic prompt, and I'm going to hit create. Watch, check this out. So what it's going to do is that it should be able to give us like a structured output for this request. And then this is the type of thing I'm going to put into 11 Labs. And so like this sauce is like the super secret sauce that we want for our agents. So it says create a system prompt that enables a voice agent collect feedback from gap. This agent should encourage feedback. Okay, so I think it almost nailed it here. Let me see if I can put this into Claude and just see what it comes up with. So if I do Claude AI, and then I'm going to give it the same request. Help me generate a system prompt to give to a voice agent for the following. And then I'm just going to go ahead and send this. So what this should do for us basically is generate a prompt that we can give to 11 Labs. And that should be pretty cool. Dang. Yo, Claude Sonnet does not play with this. Does not play with this. Does not play with this. Yo, Tommaso, we're going to try to see if we can build one of these voice agents. And bruh. Sheesh. Okay. Sheesh. Oh my God. This is a very comprehensive prompt. Oh, wow. Look at this structured data collection. This is hot. I'm not going to lie. Yeah. I think these prompts are trying to create the voice agent. That's what 11 Labs do. I mean, let's just go ahead and go here and just see if I could just give it that. Dynamic variables, LLM is going to be Gemini Flash is the fastest. Okay. Token usage, -1. Tools. I don't have any system calls yet. Save. Yeah. So Martin says, like, I think these prompts are going to try to create, but like, that's what 11 Labs do. Let's just give it my raw take that I was telling you guys. And we're going to try a couple different things here. So that's what's up. So apparently this voice agent should be ready to go. The voice should be Eric, right?
Gratitude is riches, complaint is poverty.
Why does it even say that?
After all, the most important quality of speech is that it is clear and understandable.
I like
Agree?
this. Yo, this guy's pro. I'm going to do that guy. That guy's chill. Add to my voices. William W.L. Oxley. Hello there. You're an American adult male, conversational centered. HQ 2 years. Yeah, let's just add my voices. Yeah, that. Okay, so can I select Oxley then? Yeah, I want
After all, the most important quality of speech is that it is clear and understandable.
Oh.
Agree?
Agree. Okay. I just want this voice. Oxley. Search for voice. Oxley. I don't think it's working. You have unsafe. Oh, okay. Here we go. Save. Okay. Yeah. Text to speech format. Okay. Add a dictionary. Optimize latency. We're good. Okay. Analysis. Add criteria to evaluate conversations. Help them find security. Enable authentication. Allow lists. Okay. Voice calls limit. Advanced. Okay. So I have an idea right now, and I think we're going to do this. So bear with me. It's my embed code start a call. Let's go. I want to see if I can do this test the AI agent. I want to see if I can test the AI agent on my phone, and then I'll have the phone audio piped in via here. So let me go ahead and see if I can get that set up for you, because that would be so fire right now. So, right. So if I do, I'm going to try to set this up because I think we could do this, fam. That'd be so chill, right? So we'll go chill. All right. So I need to set up my route so that my thing picks up on like the Bluetooth, right? I want this to be configured so that my audio. So what I'm doing is I'm trying to see if I can configure my actual thing down here to be like Bluetooth. Yeah. Okay, cool. I think I got this. Yo. Oh, I see. Yeah, I got rid of my other thing. Okay. So we're gonna try this type of thing. So 11 Labs IO. And then what I'm gonna do is just try to use my phone. So 11 Labs IO. And so if I try to call the voice agent right now, the audio is being piped in through this microphone. It kind of gets canceled out. It's a little bit weird. So what I'm going to just go ahead and do is just try to log in from my phone. And then from my phone, we're going to just try to see if we can test this agent that we set up here. So that's what's up. So yeah, big shout outs to Alex Strat. What's up, man? Let's cook, my friends. So what we're doing right now is basically playing around with 11 Labs. We've set up a really basic agent, and I want to get feedback for my app. So that way customers can just click this little call agent button at the bottom and then start talking to my agent. You know what I mean? So I can go to, let's see if I can set this up here so you can see. So if I do iPhone mirroring, and with iPhone mirroring, I should be able to pull up my phone. I have to lock my phone actually, dang. Okay. Connecting to iPhone 16 Pro Max. Yo, okay, we up, fam. All right, so here is my phone. So one of the cool things about the Apple computer is the fact that you can actually have these the phone set up and looks like it's all set up here. So that's really cool. So we're trying to see if I can go to agents. So where is agents in here? Conversational AI. Good morning. So all agents. I thought I have a tech support agent, right? Active calls, agents. I should have. It's the same one. Okay. So if I go to support agent, hold on, where'd it go? I was just here. Support agent, back. Yeah. Conversation history. Can I just give a link? So let me go into my phone now. Select all agents. It's in there. Okay. So agents, and I'll go back to this thing. So if I go here, and if I get to dashboard, and if I hit all agents, it should be in here, but it's not, right? And if I go into like agents in here, oh, support agent. Gotcha, fam. Thank you so much. Yeah. So, and then what I want to do is pair up my Bluetooth too. So I think it's like command 1, is it? That what it is? So I have to go to my settings, and go to Bluetooth, and then I should see my no device connected Roadcaster. Yes, come on. Output routing, Roadcaster Duo. It should, yeah, Roadcaster. Whoops. Oh no, I don't want to connect there, please. Yeah, it's trying to connect to my camera. Thank you so much for everyone who's just kind of like tuning in. We're just like basically doing this live. I mean, this is what it's all about. Okay, Roadcaster Duo should be in range, please. So we got that, fam. All right, so I'm gonna connect here, and we should just be able to pair, please, pair, dismiss. Okay. All right. Cool. So, are we connected, fam? We should be. Roadcaster Duo connected. Okay, so we should be connected now. And then I'm going to see if I can go ahead and command 1 and then here, and then we go back to here. All right, cool. So let's see, fam. Test AI agent. Call agent. Allow.
Hi, I'm Ray. Let me cook, bro. What is Gucci fam?
Are you there? Yo.
Yo, you still there?
Yeah, I'm here. Are you cooking, fam? What's up? Yo. Can you hear me?
Hey, I'm Ray. Let me cook, bro. What is Gucci fam?
Yo, this is crazy. So you can actually hear me, right?
Hey, you still there? What's on your mind?
Hey, I need to give some feedback. I don't like this app.
All right. I'm going to end the call now. Let me know if you need anything.
Hello. Are you there? I think there's a problem with the microphone. Yo, are you there? Can you hear me? I think there's a problem.
I'm going to end the call now. Let me.
Oh, okay. Hold up. Call AI agent. Bruv. I think that's what's going on. I think the audio routing is kind of messed
Hi,
up.
I'm Ray. Let me cook, bro. What is Gucci fam?
Can you hear me at all? Oh my God. Okay, so there's an audio.
Still there?
Yeah, I'm still here, bro. I think there's an audio routing issue. So let's set this up real quick. I need to just cancel the Bluetooth thing and cancel the Roadcaster. So disconnect. All right, cool. Can you hear me, fam? Yo.
All right, I'm going to take a break. Let me know when you're ready to chat. All right, I'm going to take.
All right, so I think there's some. Let me just try it one more time.
Hi, I'm Ray. Let me cook, bro. What is Gucci fam?
Yo, what's 2 + 2? Yo, are you
Hey,
there?
are you still there?
I'm cooking, fam. All right. I think there's something
All
going
right,
on
no
with.
worries.
I'm gonna show you on the UI here, and then we're just gonna do it that way. I think that's what's gonna be easier, because I think All right. So I think there's an audio routing issue. So I'm just gonna do this. All right. So I am just gonna show you straight up on camera. Maybe it's gonna be easier this way, so that way you can see it, and we can do this live. All right. So, and then I'm gonna connect back to the Bluetooth maybe. So maybe you'll see what's up. All right. Let me hang up the call. Let me call the AI agent again.
Hi, I'm Ray. Let me cook, bro. What is Gucci fam?
Are you there? Can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you. What up?
Yo, I need to give some feedback for this app. It's a little trash.
Okay, I hear you. What specifically about the app do you think is trash?
Sometimes it's a little slow, or it just doesn't really work.
Okay, so you're saying the app is slow and sometimes doesn't work. Is there anything else?
No.
Thanks for the feedback. I'll make sure to pass this along to the developers. Anything else?
What's on your mind?
I'm just here to help. I'm a voice agent for this app, so I'm just listening to feedback and trying to make things better.
Can you tell me what 2 + 2 is?
2 + 2 is 4. Anything else?
Yo, yeah. Actually, can you order me a pizza?
I'm sorry, I can't order you a pizza. I'm just a voice agent for this app. I'm here to take feedback and help make the app better.
Bruh.
Is there anything else you'd like to tell me about the app?
Hey, fam. Do you know if Fernando can really cook? Also say big shout outs to Ross Mike saying, yo, what's up? We stay cooking, fam.
I'm not sure about Ray Fernando's cooking skills, but I can definitely pass along your shout outs to Ross Mike. I'll let him know you said, yo, what's up? We stay cooking, fam. Anything else about the app?
No, I think that's about it for now. So yeah. All right. I appreciate your feedback. Thanks.
Thanks for the feedback. I'll make sure to pass it along. Have a great day.
Okay, so now it just says call AI agent. So that's cool. So like it sort of hangs up for you, which is nice, so that it basically gets off the hook. So theoretically, we should be able to see this agent here, like the call history all up in here, right? So that's today. Yeah. Okay, cool. So the one we just finished was this 29 an hour. Yeah. Okay. So this, let's go ahead and click it. I just want to see. This conversation involves user feedback on the app voice agent named Ray. The describes a little app as a little trash, citing slowness and occasional malfunctions. Ray acknowledges the feedback and promises to relay to developers. Conversation takes on a few tangents, with the user asking Ray to perform tasks outside of his capabilities, such as ordering a pizza. This is awesome. Yo, did it have the Ross mic? Yeah, it does. Oh, Ross mic, ROSS. Let's go. Including asking about Ray's cooking skills. So here's a transcription line by line, so you can just follow. Actually, can you order me a pizza? That's sick. That's so sick. Yo, actually, this actually can get set up in minutes. Most of the technical difficulty I had was just trying to understand and see if I can get this working for the stream stuff. Yeah, y'all hear too much. That's right. This is fire. W on the Ross mic. Yeah, like Pod Ross or Bob Ross. Yeah, that's what's up, man. Client data. Okay, I didn't have any client data. Let's play the audio.
Hi, I'm Ray. Let me cook, bro. What is Gucci fam?
Are you there? Can you hear me?
Yes, I can hear you. What?
Oh. Yo, I need to give some feedback for this app. It's a little trash.
Okay, I hear you. What specifically about the app do you think is trash?
Look at the UI.
It's slow, or it just doesn't really work.
Okay, so you're saying the app is slow and sometimes doesn't work. Is there anything else?
No.
Thanks for the feedback. I'll make sure to pass this along to the developers. Anything else?
What's on your mind?
I'm just here to help. I'm a voice agent for this app, so I'm just listening to feedback and trying to make things better.
Can you tell me what 2 + 2 is?
2 + 2 is 4. Anything else?
Dang. It's low-key a little harsh and stuff, but that'd be interesting. Yo, Hertzfeld Labs is cooking right now with Python and as a backend and Next.js front end for the API. Yeah, so here's the next step that we want to do. So like now that I realize this agent actually works and sort of acts like my personality, I think it's really important to try to put this in production, right? I mean, we got to go from here to production. So that's what we got to do. So what's up, ACT Storm? Thanks for following along. By the way, none of this is sponsored by any of these companies. This is literally me figuring this stuff out on my own. And we're cooking, like straight up cooking. And that's kind of what we're trying to do. And the reason why I do this is because I want to see if there's actually like, where are these agents? Are they easy to set up like they say they are? Can they actually take, business calls and stuff? One big advantage of doing these voice agents is the fact that you can actually have an AI system that isn't you. It sort of represents you, but I really don't want it to be me. I want people to like yell at this guy and just do whatever they want, because that raw feedback is extremely valuable for taking your MVPs and scaling them up. So I'm going from 0 to like my first 10 paying customers. And then when I get to my first 10, I go to the next 100. And this is going to be probably the fastest way, I am hoping, without coding up this crazy backend. Because I was looking into AI agents, and to code these up, so I need to have like a crazy WebSocket stream set up. I need to have like a different server doing these types of things. And like, bro, I'm not really trying to do all that for an MVP right now. I'm just trying to one click, add a prompt, and we go. So that step 1 is done. Added the prompt. Step 2, call the agent. He calls, he hangs up himself. He's got some personality. Step 3, we got a log of all of the calls that this agent did, all just in this 111 lab. Still for free, by the way. This is for free. And then we could even review it and play the voice. Like, sheesh. I don't have to set up any databases. I don't have to do anything. This is what I need for the 0 to MVP phase. So how much is 550 credits? Technically an hour, 1 minute and 30 seconds. I think they give you like 10,000 credits for free. Let's go take a look. So the pricing here, let me just get my head out of the way. So it is free $99 right now. So this is the monthly price. I just did the monthly price. So the monthly price is 10K credits for free. So 550 divided by 10,000. Let's go. So that's, 10,000 divided by 550. Okay. So 10,000 divided by 550. And I don't know what the credits are, but like technically 18 minutes of calls. And then you get 30K, 100K for $11 a month. Wow, that's actually quite a bit. So if we add an extra 0, so that's 181 minutes. And then if we do 500K, right, that's basically 500K. And then we do that divided by 60. So that's 900 minutes. That's 15 hours of voice for $100. So instead of hiring someone to do like a phone calls and having whatever for $100, you basically have, this over here. We haven't even talked about scale or business and stuff, but I'm still trying to go to 0 to MVP. And to be honest, with the free credits, if I can get a couple people to use it and talk with it and give me feedback to improve my app, it's worth the $0 and then $5, to be honest. And this is just a monthly. I could just stop using it if I don't feel it's valuable, or it's not set up in a way that works for me. So that's kind of the reasons why I'm doing these types of streams, because I'm trying to like really dig into the details and understand, is this viable for a business? To me, I think this looks pretty cool. It's got phone numbers in here. Let's go. So theoretically, I think I should be able to just get this agent and put it into my, I say I use more credits because I was just trying to do some testing earlier. Okay. Yeah, I should be able to get this agent and just throw it into my app, right? So copy agent ID, knowledge base. Okay, got it. So I can go back to 11 Labs, conversational AI dashboard. Great. So yeah, bro is lazy. Nah, fam, I'm smart, bro. Like, I don't know if you know this, but like the business people that I know that are very wealthy, not that they're lazy, they're smart because they don't know code. They don't know all those details. Like, they don't get in the weeds. They're just like, okay, you mean instead of paying this person like $20 an hour or $30 an hour, I could just have this thing that runs for me for 100 so many hours and they can be available 24/7. I don't have to have someone in India or some other call center in the Philippines and stuff and manage them and manage a team and then pay for whatever. It's like, for them, they'd be like, if I told them this business proposition, they'd be like, yo, sign me up. Like, if you can hook it up, I'll pay you money to hook it up. I don't know. That's simple. Yeah, I'm trying to do this for my own app so that I need to learn how to do this so then I can even learn, like, if people ask me, I can sell my services too, right? I mean, that's kind of cool, right? It's funny because I was pricing agents right now and a lot of hot leads waiting for my final proposal. Yo, 11 Labs prices are high. Yeah, I mean, I'm just playing with them because they just came out. They're in my timeline. I'm not sponsored by them. And then that's what's up. Yeah. So I don't think I can hear you. Is there a problem on X? If anyone's listening on X, let me know if you can hear me speaking. I should be coming in pretty clear. I see the live moving and stuff like that. So the audio looks pretty good. There could be some delay there, but that'd be interesting. All right. So let's go ahead and how do you set up one of these things? This is my first walkthrough with this. So I'm just trying to figure out how we set these types of things up. And put it onto the website, because this is like actually my first look at this. I think I've signed up for an account a long time ago, but then I never played with it. And this new AI agent thing is kind of what we're starting to play with. So for those who are just tuning in, we just went to the AI agent here, and then we just hit plus to create a new agent. We selected the support agent there, and then with the support agent, basically we just told it a prompt. So the first message is say, "Hi, I'm Ray. Let me cook, bro. What's Gucci, fam?" So that's what the guy said to begin with. And then the system prompt was just what we described with what we want the agent to do to get our feedback. And so I was playing around with like OpenAI to try to generate some stuff, but that may be too complicated. And I can get to that maybe in the future, but I'm really just trying to go from this idea to like, how can I get this now in production? Okay. So now I see this thing called a widget. So there's security, advanced, a widget. So there's this link here that lets me like send the link out to people, SDK docs, conversation history. But this widget should basically allow the snippet to the pages where you want the conversation widget to be. Okay, so feedback collection is during the conversation. Okay, appearance. Oh, so this is the widget here at the bottom right that will show up for us when I just put it in my app. And this will be the avatar color. So I could just say, I want it to be like orange, red. I like this red. That's too gangster right now. Okay, orange. Orange is kind of chill. Yeah, orange. And then the second color, I want you to be like, ooh, that's kind of fire too. Red, orange, yellow, green. What does green look like? I like blue. Yeah, this is kind of cool. I don't know. This looks kind of weird. I can do a light color. Yeah, orange. That'd be kind of chill. All right, we'll do that. An orb, a link? No. An image? Nah, we gotta do the orb. Orb is chill. Actually, the first color I'm gonna do is probably like light blue. We're gonna do like for the metal vibes. I want to just do this calmness vibes. All right, so start call, feedback. Yeah, and then call to action would just be like, no, feedback. Chat now. End call button, end status listening, talk to interrupt. All right, so there's terms and conditions, enable language selection. Okay, save. Wow, this looks pretty good. 11 Labs is cheaper than OpenAI real-time API. I think so. I did all the demos on 11 Labs. They worked good. Okay, that's cool. But I don't mean setting up everything from scratch. Yeah, I think that's kind of what we were talking about earlier too. Saw data collection tab while you did setup. Could be good if the agent gets an email or a customer ID. That'd be cool. Yeah, I want to send this in an email, which would be so fire. Okay, so how do I set up this script with 11 Labs? So what I want to do is I'm going to move this window to the side a little bit. I'm going to go to their SDK docs, and I'm going to see if I could even throw this into my app, which would be really, really fun. So conversational AI overview, deeply customized voice agents in minutes. Okay, what is conversational AI? Okay, I get this, and I get this pricing. So the fee here is basically $0 and 15 minutes are included. And then there's, okay, so the different plans will actually cost per minute will go down if you have the different plans. So if you get the creator account, that'll for $22, you get 250 minutes, and then the extra cost per minute is 12 cents a minute. Okay, today we're covering an LLM cost, but those will be passed through to the customers in the future. That's interesting. That's very interesting. Okay. And so the popular apps are obviously customer service, virtual assistants, retail support, and then personalized learning. That's cool. All right. So if we do a quick start, what does it say about us setting this up to, let's see, the first message, the system prompt guides its agent's behaviors and tasks. So here's an example. I'm going to try to give this example to Claude. Here was an example. Here is an example from their docs. Please review the example and help fine tune it so it fits our needs. Okay, so basically I'm just giving it the example from 11 Labs, and then I'm trying to see if Claude Sonnet can then retake this and format it so that it fits my guidelines for what I want for my app. So this looks even better now. So like the original prompt seemed a little too crazy. And so this seems actually pretty awesome. So it says, your authentic, friendly, efficient feedback collection for our app. Your role is to gather authentic feedback, which will include both positive impacts as well, and gather feedback. So the tasks are to gather feedback, categorize input, ask follow-ups, request specific examples, maintain flow, keep conversation going, document settlement guidelines. This is cool. So feedback categories are feature feedback. Oops. Oh, I didn't mean to do that. Bug reports, reproduction steps, UX feedback. And so my goal is like, if I have these agents go through, like I'm trying to have the LLM get the transcript and do it all basically within the system prompts. So I don't want that to go back to the user. So hopefully after the conversation, that'll be saved. If not, I could probably run the transcripts through this system prompt, and it should be able to give me that feedback and extract it from that. So that's what's up. Yeah, big shout outs to Hertzfeld Labs again. Basically add this to the compute fund. So I got a $10 super chat. And so I have a little bit of a challenge right now for those who are following along on this whole stream. So if you're watching right now on YouTube, basically what I got is basically a little challenge for those to like, I'm basically self-funded. And the whole point of me doing this is just to be as raw and real as possible. And to show you kind of like what I'm thinking about for agents and how these voice agents can be useful either in my business and not. And so I do these exploratory topics, and it's really nice to just be funded by you guys. And that's kind of the whole goal here. So I have these super chats going on, and he's like giving me $10 to add this to the compute fund so we can start testing and doing some more stuff live. And so all the money that's kind of basically going into this is really going to help me get like a video editor. It's going to help us test some of these products out. So for like Hertzfeld Labs, if you want me to check out more stuff or whatever, just let me know. Hit me up. I already have you in my private Discord. And so like tell me what you're cooking with, and then we can do a live and kind of share back with the community as well. Cause all of this stuff is really great and it helps us learn this stuff. Also has server-side tools like webhooks. Yes. Yeah. Yeah. I think, man, there's so much we can do here with 11 Labs, which would be really interesting. So add a knowledge base, configure the voice, which we already did, collection criteria. So the eval criteria would be really interesting. And maybe this is kind of where we're split up that prompt, right? So we can define criteria for the conversation area. So like I can say, make sure that we always collect, like in this conversation, a category, a subcategory, a severity, like what the user sentiment is, or maybe like feature feedback. Like these are probably the feature categories that I want to give, right? So I'll probably add those into my evaluation criteria just from Claude Sonnet. So Claude Sonnet kind of helped me organize what my thoughts were and what my outcome was. And then I'm going to use this information from the system prompt to then probably feed back into 11 Labs. So that'll be really interesting as we go. I'm embedding agents into my clients' websites, and the agent navigates the website for them based on what the client's asking. I've seen this demo as well with 11 Labs, Juan, and I would love to learn more. Slide into my DMs on X if you haven't had a chance to, at Ray Fernando 1337 down there below. And that's with my handle. And yeah, please share more, and I would love to share that back with other folks who are trying to do this stuff, because I feel like, yeah, we need to play in this age of AI. This stuff's moving so fast. There's too much going on. But I think, to me, this is the fastest agent I've been able to get up with conversations. I didn't have to initiate a database. I'm not like, we're all in. So 11 that support agents. Yeah, I thought so. Yeah, that would be fire. Yeah, I'm gonna check that out. So, as far as conversational AI, I think what I just need to do is just embed this agent into my script, and then I'll be good. So why not just fire up Cursor and then just see if I can put it into my app, right? So let's do that. So let me see if I can fire up the front end of my app. So let me go ahead and open recent my app here. So yeah. Okay, Ray Transcribes. I'm going to put that one aside. Okay. So last time I was here, let me just kind of catch up a little bit. So I have Cursor fired up and I have my little thing. Let me clear things out. So I have the page. I'm just going to create a new chat and say, I just created an AI conversational agent with 11 Labs. And I want to attach this widget to my app. Here is the code they gave me. And then I'm going to give them the code there, the script. And then what I'm going to go ahead and do is chat with my code base to see, and I'm just going to check my branches and stuff. Everything looks clear. Okay, cool. And so I'm going to chat with my code base, and then feel free to look up any references on the, no, I think I'm just going to do this right now, just with DeepSeek code base, go. So the goal is to see if Cursor can like sort of cook on this, if you know what I mean. So I want Cursor to kind of take a look and see, like, based off this snippet, can I just really quickly add this to my website, and see if it knows how to do it and then where to place it, right? Like, I have some ideas of where to place it, but I'm just curious to see what the agent's going to do and how it does this. So it's going to create a new component for the widget, and then it's just going to do that there. Okay, wow. Okay, so let's go ahead and let me see, get tower. Just want to make sure my my app is there. So I might have to create a new branch for this just to play around with it, but that'd be cool. But I may not even want to publish this live because I only have a very limited free credits, and I want people to actually get feedback from my real app, if you know what I mean. So yeah, I think I'll hide this for now here. Okay, so what it's telling me to do to include this widget is to create a component for it and then give it the JavaScript. And then from there, add it to my main layout for the specific pages. So I want to just have it on my homepage, basically. And I think that should be it. Okay, so let me just yeah, let's try that out right now. So what I do here is then just take the bottom right corner, it says copy message. And then what I'm going to do here is just going to go back to the composer, hit the new plus button, and then Cloud Sun, it's already automatically selected. I'm going to head and paste the entire plan from the thing. So I'm just going to type it at the bottom, say follow the plan above to implement the agent in my app. So I go hit submit, and then that should be chill. And then we'll just bun dev it, and then we should be good, I think. So node modules are going to be closed here. So yeah. So this is the front end for my website. So this is raytranscribes.com. And so this is basically my website that I made for the front end for my app, Ray Transcribes. And this is the one that we actually made on live stream. So on my live stream, I had this, I wanted to make transcriptions, and this is kind of me testing out Cursor for the first time with agents and stuff. I was like, bro, this stuff, it really cooks. So we really kind of made this app, and yeah, basically 2 hours of video can be transcribed in like 80 seconds. Bonkers, absolute bonkers. So yeah, because of people who are joining in for this week, I'm actually doing, so basically by like the end of next week, towards the end of the month, this rate's going to go away. I'm going to up the price to basically $12.99 because, you get unlimited usage to do this type of stuff. And this is, just basically just getting timestamps. And part of what I'm trying to do is trying to get feedback from my users to better understand, what features they like and don't like. And I'd rather have them talk to an AI for those who want to talk with an AI, and they can give me a lot more feedback that way as well. So feedback for me is going to be really important to scale this from 0 to 10 users, from 10 to like that to 100 to like 100 to 1,000 and so forth. So so it looks like it created this new widget here for me. I'm just going to remove this to the side and put this a little bit over here a little bit. So yeah, it created a new widget. Now I'll update the layout component. So put it into my layout view. So that way it's in my, right below my nav bar, I guess. So let's see what this looks like. Bun dev. Let's see, localhost 3000. Cool. Where is it? Let me refresh. Oh, here it is. Oh, sick. No way. Oh, this is going to be cool. Allow.
Hi, I'm Ray. Let me cook, bro. What is Gucci fam?
Hey, are you cook, bro?
Gucci fam is a slang term.
Yo, this is crazy.
This is
Yo, are you there?
still there? Okay, no problem.
See, I think this goes back to my original thing. So I have my microphone that's currently piping into my soundboard, and then the audio from my like my computer is also going into that like microphone soundboard as well. So we're getting like a feedback loop. And what I could do is try to see if I could run the site locally on my phone and do this conversation. But basically, what we've been able to do is I got the the support agent code from the 11 Labs Conversational AI, and they give you basically a JavaScript snippet. And from that snippet, I just basically went into Cursor and went into my front end and just said in chat, I just created CR. I'm so bad at spelling anyways. I just created a conversational agent with 11 Labs, and I want to attach this widget. Here's the code they gave me. I give it the code, and then it does its thinking. And I'm using, by the way, DeepSeek R1 because I find the reasoning to be really good. And when I hit enter, I make sure I hit chat with codebase. That's the most important part. So it thinks through the stuff with your codebase. And Cursor, the latest agent update, knows, what files to look for in the app that are related. And then it tries to build its own context. So it literally grabs snippets from all these parts of your code, rebuilds that, sends it over to the DeepSeek agent. And then from there, it does its reasoning, and then it comes back with the code. And usually it does it pretty damn good. So it looked pretty good to me. And then I go over into Composer. And from this step here, I enable the agent, and within the agent, I go to the models, and that's if you're trying to find where these agents are for DeepSeek. The feature that I have enabled here is the YOLO mode. So in Chat and Composer, I just enable YOLO modes. That way it can keep iterating and fixing itself as it goes. So that was kind of the heads up there. It created the app, and in one shot, we see it already has the code up for us. And then we're running the site. And then, so basically I'm just testing the site locally. And this is how I know it works. It's because literally the feedback button's there at the bottom. We chatted with it. And then theoretically, if I go back into 11 Labs, I go to the dashboard, I should be able to see that call. So the call now shows up to 5 calls instead of 4. And if we go to our support agent, I should be able to see the call history. And that shows the call today from 10:52 p.m. So if I refresh again, this call should be there. It should have, that call that we did here. So then you can see, we can hear the call.
Hi, I'm Ray. Let me cook, bro. I'm Ray. What is Gucci fam? What is Gucci fam?
Hey, are you cooked, bro?
Gucci fam is a slang.
So you see what's happening there is that because of my actual my audio board feeding back the audio to itself, it's kind of doing this type of thing, and that's why it was not successful. But I could deploy this within my app after users log in, and then people should see that support agent, which would be really cool. So yeah, if you want to check this out, I'm going to deploy this on Ray Transcribes. $6.99 a month. If you're a content creator, if you need fast video transcription, like this is probably the fastest place you can do this on earth right now. Drag that in, limited time, definitely go sign up. Basically I'm building apps and I'm trying to learn and build with AI. And so if you're rocking with me, this is kind of what we do in this flow here. I'm not sponsored by any of these people or any of these products that I talk about. This is literally my own opinion, my raw take with them, and just trying to see how viable these things are for my business. So yeah, that's amazing. So that's the voice generator there. That's us putting it into Cursor. It's already live, which is I find really amazing. So you can go to the dashboard. Yo, this is crazy. This is cool. I think what's blowing me away is like this widget thing and how fast like it can spin up the things to get that feedback for us. And so I haven't even played around with these other variables or these even other tools. Like 11 Labs has a lot to offer. I didn't realize this. It's been a while since I've been back here. I mean, they got an audiobook, they got instant speech, they got sound effects, dubbed video, voice design, clone your voice. And if I move my head here, they'll have like sound effects and then voice changer and stuff. So like we can do a voice changing background studio. I mean, this is pretty cool stuff. And the thing that really got my attention was from this Twitter post about it basically
building AI agents that can speak is now easier than ever.
Bruh, chill.
Hi, what would you like to talk about today?
Introducing conversational AI with 11 Labs.
Conversational AI.
Build, test.
This guy, like the way they speak is just so like epic. Conversational AI. That's right. I speak with such confidence. I must say these things, and you must participate. Yeah, that's what's up. Like, I mean, they cooked. Basically what we've discovered is that you can go from, instructions to transcription and all that stuff with a database. Like these things used to take me forever to get set up and then code them up in Python and then link them together and debug. That's really cool. So I'm definitely going to be using this for I would call it, instead of a support agent, for me, I'm going to have it, I use the support agent as a template, but I really am going to use this more for a feedback agent because of how good it is to just have this conversation. So that's what's up. He says, can you feed it in, whoops, my bad. I'm just trying to update my screen here. So can you feed it in custom knowledge? For example, some specific examples for knowledge for related to electronics and mechanics? Yes. Yeah. So according to their documentation, you can feed that back in so that you can have that for your agent. So I think in here, if we go into home, I go to voices, home, conversational AI, I go to agents and I go to my support agent, right? So I can rename this to, or just go to support agent, right? So can I rename this at all? Okay. All right, agents. I would love to just rename this guy instead of support agent to, I can. Okay, cool. Ray Transcribes agent. Okay. All right, cool. Save. That way you have unsaved changes. Okay. So in here, in the in my agent here, let me just refresh my site. Okay, cool. In my agents, there is a knowledge base in here that I should be able to give. So I can add documents in. So you can add files that will be passed to the LLM alongside the prompt. So that'll be up to 25 megabytes. So text documents, HTML, EPUBs. I could even give it a URL. Let's give it URL, raytranscribes.com. All right, all right. So then I should then theoretically be able to ask it what the price is of my app, and it should be able to understand it, right? Create document. That's going to be cool. That's a great question. I love everyone who's participating. So yeah, so it has my thing there, tools, secrets that can be used in tools. Okay, so if you want to pass in environment variables and stuff, number of tokens LM can predict be applied here. So temperature would just be how creative it is. You can select the LLM and then dynamic variables. So you can say like username in your prompts for the first message and dynamic variables in the tool. So one of these things apparently is that like if you give it some information about like your Stripe account or whatever, and you can pass that into like the system prompts. It's going to say like, hi, Gary, thanks for coming back again. Or one thing that I'll try to figure out is like, how can I set this up with my, because I use Clerk for authentication. And so if I already have the session cookie, can I pass that into my agent and be able to pull the first name just from that, so that when it answers you, it's just like, hi, I'm hi, Rob, how's it going? It's like, oh, how does it already know my name? It's like, yeah, because you're already signed in. I already have that information. So that could be really cool. They're also talking about examples of like, yeah, you can connect this to Stripe. You can ask questions like billing information. You can even have it like cancel or renew or change policies and stuff like that as an actual support agent. And so, yeah, like I think there's a lot of different things that people are trying to use this here. 11 Labs Conversational AI went to boarding school for and wears a monocle. That's the vibe I get. Yeah. So that's what's up. I want to do that voice dictation thing you're doing in Cursor, but on Windows. Do you have an app suggestion? Basically alternative for WhisperFlow, Super Whisper. Voice dictation, I'm just using on my Mac. There's a little microphone button, and I just hit the little microphone. I think there's this tool from Tool Use Podcast. So I did a podcast with my friends Mike and Ty, and they had just announced this cool like app to transcribe things. I don't know if you can flip it if you're really into coding and stuff and how you want to approach that, but check this out. So they released a cool tool, I think, in here in my transcribe meetings for free with this AI tool. And so in the AI tool here that they talk about, they basically in this podcast, whoops.
It said,
oh no. In this episode here, they basically have this tool that would basically you can configure and install it. I think it's just like pip install. I forget what the actual pip command is. And then from there, you should be able to like transcribe and talk and do these types of things. And it just uses the basically tiny whisper that's on the device, and it doesn't go to any internet. It's all locally hosted. And so this could be on Mac and PC as well. And so I forget the actual command to set this up. What is the command? Here, and you could just run like pip install, or I don't think it's pip install. It's literally like poetry install or something, whatever it is. And so when I get that information, I'll definitely share that back with you because I think other people are interested. It's Whisperbox, yeah. So Whisperbox tool use. Okay, so yeah, I think they also have a couple of folks here. Whisperbox, yeah. Yeah, I'll have to find out some more information because I think there's something definitely on there. But yeah, their GitHub, let's see, Whisperbox GitHub. Should be on GitHub. I think it's Bellingcat probably then. Whisperbox Transcribe. No, this is not it. But man, their stuff should be indexed because it's not on here. I'll definitely get that and share it back with you because I feel like this is going to be very important. A lot of people are trying to do this as well. And you can keep that locally, which is really nice. And they made a great tool for this. Yeah. So I'll get that in the show notes, but I thought it was like a really easy install. I swear it was like super easy. So yeah, I have this on my live stream there, and I'll definitely get some more information for y'all who want to check this out. Yeah, so that's what's up. In Windows, you can use the native hotkeys like Windows-H to speak. So yeah, that'd be cool. Yeah, please share. I don't have a PC anymore. I used to be a big PC guy and went Mac, a long time ago, and haven't looked back since. But definitely a lot of people use PCs. Yeah, so Windows does have it built in. So no, just buy a cheap Mac Mini. Yeah, I wouldn't product shame people. I feel like everyone can use whatever they want. If you have a PC, I feel bad for you, bro. No, it's like no. PCs are used everywhere. Some people have to use it for work and stuff. Because I'm a content creator as well, I find that like Macs are just much easier for a lot of that stuff. And then I'm biased because I used to work at Apple for 12 years, so that's the other thing. But I loved Apple before I joined them, and working there was just kind of really cool to actually learn more about how the products really work. So yeah, so Mac has a transcribe button, definitely not as good as Whisper as well, like Tech Friend was saying. Native Windows dictation, Windows H key, agreed, it's not as good, but it's free. Yeah, you get different things. So yeah, now so this is an example of that feedback from the 11 Labs. This is at the very bottom. It says feedback conversation powered by 11 Labs conversational AI. So we have that little widget down there below, which is pretty damn cool. So let me see what happens in dark mode. Oh, that's pretty awesome. Yeah, it's basically a little JavaScript thing that just kind of lives on my site and sits there, and that people can give feedback. So that is there, and then our call history will show up. We have the analysis, evaluation criteria. So you can find evaluation results for each conversation in the history tab. Oh, that's interesting. So let's go back to the previous conversation that I had, and where is this like transcription? Oh, okay. So oh wow. Okay, so this is new. Let's explore this. I didn't really realize this was here. So let's just kind of take a look. So at the bottom, let me move myself as well. At the bottom of the actual transcript, there is a tool call that happens at the end. So we can set up tools so that after every call, it'll just do this tool call. Oh my God, this is awesome. Oh, wow. So I don't really have to write that much code, if at all. I just have to give it a structured output that I can just tell Claude Sonnet or OpenAI to generate for me. So end results tool call. And so this is success, user ended conversation. Thanks for the feedback. And here's the message. Dang. Wow. Okay. This is powerful. Oh my gosh. That is great. Wow. Okay. That is really, really cool. Super helpful. Okay, so we go back. Let me go back again. This is amazing. So in the agent itself, so we're in the conversational AI thing, and we go to the bottom, and they have tools. You can add the tool call, which we saw there. But the thing that I was looking at was for the analysis. So they have eval criteria. So you can find evaluation results for each conversation in the history tab. So we can say define custom data specification. So if we want to say, I want to add criteria, so passes the conversation transcript together with a custom prompt to the LLM that verifies if the goal was met. So this would be success, failure, or unknown, as well as the rationale describing why the result was given. So that is really cool. So if I say, let me just do this, and then let me just do this, and then I'm going to pass this back into Claude Sonnet. And then I'm just going to give it the screenshots just so that it can reference that. So I think what I'm going to do is change this here. Cancel. Whoops. Can I change that? Let's see. Actually, let me just, yeah. Okay, so I'm going to go to my desktop and grab those two screenshots. So, all right. So help me. What should I add for these two areas? Okay. Here we go. Okay. So I'm just going to say, what should I give it for the eval criteria? And so what I'm doing is Claude Sonnet is really good. Of course, my head was in the way. Claude Sonnet's really good at just giving screenshots and then telling it to do different types of things. It's part of like one of their computer use things. So what I just basically did here is I took screenshots from 11 Labs, and then I kind of want to like use it as a partner here. So like I'm kind of using AI to help me talk to other AIs. And this is kind of how I'm kind of thinking about these things. It doesn't necessarily mean it's the right way to do it, but it's just kind of, one of the ways. So you're evaluating conversation, so specific. No, I want the fields. I want the fields for, let's see, go back again. Analysis. I want the name and prompt. The goal prompt criteria. I want these fields. Yeah. Have you ever had success with Claude styles? It's been a dud for me so far. To be honest, I really haven't tried it yet. I probably should. I mean, the style down here to change it from like explanatory, concise. The only ones I've done is formal and explanatory. I tend to give it my own custom instructions. So that's kind of the way that I do. So I don't really give it too much thought. A lot of times it'll say, we've downgraded your thing because it's really busy right now. And I just change it back to normal. That's all I do. Yeah. I do have a custom style that I have as a prompt and as a project. So one of my projects I have is and I literally use it for everything that I do, but maybe I should make that custom style voice as well. So, it's called, improve writing. So improve writing in here, I basically have this like guideline for what I want Claude to do. So the guideline that I have it do is basically analyze the following tasks and give it some conciseness, avoid redundancy, use active voice. And I actually got this from Riley. He had a live stream going on and he had this prompt up there. I was like, dude, that's a really good prompt. And he was using it for one of his apps and he just like literally shared it and you can do whatever you want with it. So this is kind of one of the prompts I use. But what I like about this prompt is the fact that it will go through and do this analysis and then provide a better example of what I should say. So it's pretty cool. So I think sometimes I have like these stream of thoughts and then I want like better ways to say it. So like this guy said, had this screenshot and I was like, I need some like help me generate 3 words that will help with this type of thing. And like I wanted a better way to actually reply back because a lot of times my speaking is too verbose or my thinkings or my writing is too verbose, especially for tweets. So I need them to be a lot shorter. And so basically it just kind of helps me think through types of things and then provide some type of analysis. So it's pretty cool. And like synthesizing novel thoughts across disciplines. So like this is something basically like that I put in there and then it basically takes what I say, tries to do an analysis and gives me like kind of better feedback for what I should be doing. So in a lot of ways, this seems to like work for my workflow and I want to turn this eventually to an app. But you can kind of see the conversations I have. And this is a project. And what's nice about projects is every project can be a chat, which like goes on forever. So you see how much I've used this like a lot. So I think, I will experiment, Daniel, with maybe some custom instructions there, right? Because that'd be kind of cool to have like custom writing styles, create styles. So I can say, create a custom style and add a writing sample. So I think the only thing they can do is just describe the style instead. So maybe like use custom instructions and then I'll just put that in there and then just paste it in every time I want to do it, just select it down. That could be really interesting. I'll have to experiment with that, Daniel. I think that'd be really cool. Yeah, that'd be really, really awesome. Because I always use a project for that. Maybe it's literally the same thing. It's just more of a like, now I have access to it right here instead of going into projects and copying and pasting and doing that whole song and dance. I like that, actually. I like that idea a lot. So, I think the last thing I want to try to do is see if I can incorporate this. So analyze this conversation. So name and then prompt. So I don't think I got that. Name is feedback collection. Feedback. So here we go. So here is the name. Oh gosh. Okay. And then I want to go to here, and then it even like renamed it for us there. Let me just kind of put myself out of the way. And then I'll put myself down here. Maybe that'd be cool. And so the name's from here, and then here's the prompt. So I'm going to copy this and then go over here and then just prompt. That looks great. Analyze this conversation. If the quality app feedback was collected, consider the following aspects. Add criteria. Let's go. Save. Do they not allow? Has more than 800 characters. Okay. Okay. It has more than 800 characters. Okay. So I think it's supposed to like do it without the JSON and stuff. So I think that's kind of why I do this here. So I'm going to go into here, and I'm just going to paste this thing in. So I hit apply changes. And so what Claude basically is doing now, it's like, okay, so we should be able to get the specific details about the features, define categories, return success for these types of things if is met with examples. So for me, this is kind of the way I'm hoping that my agent will work, is the fact that like it's going to collect data about my user, like what the people say on the call. Do they provide like specific details on features, issues, or like, bug features, and like any sentiment as well, anything that I should be taking action on. So at the end of the conversation, instead of me scrolling through maybe like a couple minutes of a transcript, I should just be able to get a success if the criteria is met with clear examples, or if the feedback was vague and not actionable, or unknown if it's just incomplete or unclear. So that'll be really cool. And so, yeah, just to kind of sum it back, we started looking at the pricing for 11 Labs, so it's free for 10K credits, basically 10 minutes of ultra high quality or 15 minutes of conversational AI, which is kind of what we're looking at, the conversation stuff. And it goes up. And then from there, like this, since this was recently released, this is kind of something that we were looking at for adding into like my website. So Ray Transcribes, I want to have this so that when people hit it, like actually log into my app, they'll be able to see like a little feedback button there at the bottom. And then just give feedback, say chat now. And so that way they can have a conversation and let me know like what's on their mind. Like, is the stuff working? Is it kind of not working? What is your general thing? And I find like that type of feedback for me a lot faster than like an email sometimes, or like a video interview. And a big reason why I'm also doing this is because this is also something that's been really validated. And so I'm going to give you some special sauce right now. So if you've been hanging out for an hour and 12 minutes, we have 457 people watching this live right now. So that's what's up. 27 on YouTube, 430 on X. That's what's up right now. So this sauce, if you made it this far, like I got some real sauce for you. So I was at a meetup here in San Francisco where these founders had literally worked with McKinsey and these really like expensive and big firms who pay a lot of money for trying to figure out AI. And what they do is that they hire these graduates from these crazy universities. They pay a lot of money, right? And they work for McKinsey as analysts. And the analysts had done these studies and they figured out the psychology that if they call and they actually like are a business owner, that the feedback they get from the business owners is not the same as if like people are talking to an AI. So people know when they get like a feedback form and they're going to start talking, that they know that they're talking with an AI. It's people are not, the AI isn't so good where it just like sounds like me, but they figured out that like if they're talking to an AI, the feedback they get is way more raw and way more real and actionable than if they're talking to like a normal person who owns a company. So like if the chef comes over to your table at a restaurant, for example, and he says, "Yo, how was your dinner tonight?" and he's like standing up looking down at you, you can be like, "Yeah, it was cool." Or like, you're not really gonna spend the time. You're like, "Yeah, this is horrible. Like this is bad." Unless it's one extreme or the other. If it's kind of in the middle, you're like, "Yeah, like my French fries could have been warmer," or like we waited a little bit extra for this, But if you're talking to an AI where like you don't care about what the outcome is, people are just going to be a little more real. It's like, oh yeah, I would, you actually explain more. And so that's the sauce that I'm trying to give to you today. And the reason kind of why I'm looking for these types of voice agents to be in my apps, because I'm going from 0 to 10 and 10 to 100. And I need that feedback loop as fast as possible. And I don't need to spend hours and hours setting up a database, setting up authentication, setting up a WebSocket stream, making sure it connects across and doesn't disconnect, making sure the LLMs are talking to each other. Like just talking about that is just so crazy. And I can get this stuff for free, and then I could just give it some basic instructions and just let it cook. And if you look at this, not like take off your engineering hat right now, put on your businessman hat. Imagine you didn't know how to code. How much like would you have to pay someone per hour at like a call center, even here or remotely, right? Like to be available, to deal with the feedback, to churn that up, hire another person to collect all that stuff. We're in the age of AI. This could do it for us. And this is kind of what I'm pushing for right now. And that's why I'm looking at this product is like, yo, this is really interesting. I'm not sponsored by any of these companies. And I'm literally just doing this because I need to find some really good, use cases so I can collect feedback for this type of stuff. And I want to kind of keep it that way, actually, to be honest. I'm loving this concept of just, users supporting me. And then this money goes back into the business to, try these apps out, but also share back live with you. And like all of this stuff is going to be very helpful to all of us. And it's been very beneficial. And, with support from you, I don't have to like figure out like, okay, I'm paid by a competitor and, I can't talk bad about 11 Labs because, they're also funding them or, that type of stuff. Like, I like the fact that it's just raw. It's just me telling you the way I think. And I don't have to be like, oh my God, I'm getting paid by this other company. And then they're also founded by the same founders. And, I can't talk bad about them. And like, I don't need that life. I don't need that drama. And what's cool is that like, this is really authentic. So people who try to sell you stuff on YouTube or like people who talk on YouTube and you say like, oh, you hear, oh yeah, this is sponsored, but this doesn't really affect my opinion. It actually does because you can tell the tone of how they're actually presenting the information. It's just like, yo, they just made a whole app just so that they can talk about it because they're getting paid by them. I'm not saying that it's bad, but this is just where I'm coming from for me right now. And like, this is why this video is so raw. And like in the future, let's just say like this company sponsors me, like my tone may be different. And so I don't want to do that. You know what I mean? So I'd rather have support from everyday people like you to help kind of bring this along with us and take us through the journey right now. And I feel like a lot of people have been able to get a lot of sauce just from these types of things. And I kind of want to dig deeper as well. My style is just to just go off and then try to build products for me so that we can do these type of things. Will you share the project prompt with us? Yeah, I think what I'll do is just go to rayfernando.ai and then I'm going to spill the beans and put the sauce like with the prompts and stuff into the live stream. So this is the previous 7-hour live stream that I did where I shared basically all of the prompts and things as I went. And it's literally just I'm using Notion and stuff. So I think what I'll do is just kind of do the same thing for that here. That way y'all can check it out and get those types of things for the conversation AI. So yeah, I think that'll be super useful. It's for getting this type of thing. So yeah, we've been playing around with 11 Labs. This thing is crazy as far as like what it can do and like the quality of voice. I think it's really interesting. I'm definitely going to be playing around with it more. And if you're currently in this like AI space right now, building with these types of voice agents, hit me up. I want to talk to you. I want to learn more. I want to see like what you're cooking with. How easy is it to set up? How much you're paying? What's the maintenance like? Are you building products too? Like what's your whole deal and stuff like that? So that's what's up. Yo, Mr. Frank, man, welcome to the stream. You got 2 months of membership. So people really make a whole app with the sponsor. This has been expensive monthly service for someone as simple as authentication. Yeah. That's so funny. It's such a good point. So like, it's actually kind of funny because like I try the apps and it's like, yeah, it's like pretty simple, but I'm always conflicted right now because like I'm like, well, what about just a simple SQL database? Like, how hard is that? Or like Postgres, or authentication, and then like, do I need these extra services? And what's really funny, Mr. Frank? one of the things that I'm looking for with agents, kind of like getting a little bit technical here, which maybe could be interesting for you or maybe not. So if you made it this far, I feel like you're like your family right now. So Mr. Frank, one of the things I'm playing around with right now as a programming language is Elixir. I know I'm trying all these different things, but I need to learn how these things work. So agentic workflows right now are just literally stuck in this while loop. So like they go do something and they're literally waiting in a loop until some action is complete or some type of event is done before proceeding or kicking off more steps. And to me, from a high level architecture perspective, I feel like functional programming could be a little bit better for these types of workflows. And that's why Elixir is really interesting, is because it's literally just data being transformed at different steps with different actions. And it's like, what's great about something like Elixir is that like that stuff can go down. You can have like 50 million requests or something like that. And something can go down in the middle of those steps and come back up super fast. Like it doesn't, I don't have to like spend so much boilerplate trying to come up with these crazy data models. It's like, it's really simple. It's like, I need to achieve a task. I need to pass it to this next thing, this thing, and this thing. It just transforms along the way and it goes along. So it's still a theory. I'm still playing around with code. I don't have anything to share that's like really useful yet. And that'll come later. And I haven't really been talking about it, but Mr. Frank has been following me for 2 months. He's been supporting, Ray Fernando on YouTube at Ray Fernando 1337. You can subscribe for free. But there's a join button for those people who want to join and who've been following along and kind of really all about this and kind of hang out. So I got a private Discord for those who join. I'll have some instructions in there for how you can kind of join in that. I feel like I'm trying to keep that group super small for people who join because I feel like y'all have been super serious in supporting me. I definitely appreciate that. So more on that very soon, which would be really great. So Riley's improved. Oh, okay, cool. Yeah, I think I'll definitely share that for sure. The improved writing prompt, because I feel like that's going to be very beneficial for us. That's what people were talking about. Yeah. Big shout outs to Hertzfeld Labs as well for the big super chat. So definitely appreciate that. Y'all are really MVPs right now coming through in the chat. So yeah, almost got 500 people. If you're wanting to learn more, definitely check out rayfernando.ai. I got some stuff going on there. If you haven't followed me on Twitter, if you're watching on if you're watching on YouTube right now, Ray Fernando 1337 on X, so x.com. That's kind of the account right there. And yeah, so basically I'd be posting just all kinds of stuff. I love to share my insights on what's happening in the AI space. There's just so much stuff happening all the time. And this is kind of sort of, I feel like my stream of conscious. Yeah, Hertzfeld Labs also has been cooking with this voice agent stuff. So he threw together a really cool prototype where he went into Midjourney and generated this cool box thing, which is really cool. Let me kind of get myself out of the way. And then like what he did is he hooked it up into like Framer. And then from there, just told, I think, ChatGPT to go generate some code for it. And then now basically he has this app that basically looks like a terminal and is using the 11 Labs agent, which is pretty awesome, right? So it's like, isn't that crazy that just from this idea of like, hey, I'm going to do this live stream, my boy went out there to go cook super fast and then just, did his thing. You know what I mean? So like that's, this guy is like totally on it. And yeah, like I like this type of energy of like, just like, let's go build, let's go do this stuff because this is the age that we're living in. It's like things move so fast. And so we need to kind of share back with each other and learn. And by the time sometimes I set up any content, then or generate stuff, it's going to be sometimes a little bit too late. Stuff's moving pretty fast. So Edwin shared this really cool Valentine's Day generator with OpenAI's thing. So we can play with that if you want as well. So if anyone has any more questions, feel free to drop them down below. It'd be kind of cool to go through this and share some love. So yeah, much love, fam, for sure. Do you have the prompt from CopyCoder that creates the initial full app directories with the backend too? I have this app. So on rayfernando.ai. So if you go rayfernando.ai. So I started this way back in the day in August. And I say way back in the day in August. So some of my first live streams are with coding with Claude Sonnet. So August 18th is when I made this first video. This is the video that kind of blew me up on live streams because I basically shared how you can make apps with AI way before CopyCoder and stuff. And so I made this prompt and I've been using this prompt a lot, when I was making stuff with Cursor. This is the entire system prompt that you need to generate an app from scratch. And all you do is give it a screenshot and tell Cursor to cook, and it will just make the app with Next.js 14 with this entire system prompt right here. So like just copy it, put it into your thing, and just go. And it makes the app all in one shot. And that's kind of how this whole stuff got started, really, because I went to the Cursor meetup afterwards, and then I showed, I met some of the people who actually worked on this app. And at the time, there's only 6 people who worked there. Yeah, so there's 2 guys who worked on the interface for Composer, and I met them as Ian and Baltazar. And so those 2 guys, I showed them like what I was doing. I was like, yo, I put this whole thing in, and I put in like 5 screenshots into Claude Sonnet of a website I want to copy, and it generates the whole app. And they're just like, no way, this is so good. And so my feature request to them was like, can you make it so I can add more than one image into the prompt? And so Ian looked at it and it's like, okay. And then like a minute or 2 later, he already had the change in. I was like, you're such a beast. So then we were experimenting with Composer. And then like ever since then, the Composer just keeps getting better, better, better all the time. And it was just a workflow that I was using a lot because that's just the way I work. Screenshots, do these types of things. And more important than that, I feel like you can generate your own prompts. You don't have to rely on someone just by using Claude Sonnet. So just tell Claude what you're trying to achieve, and you want to make some instructions to give to another LLM, so that way it can, produce it in a reproducible fashion. And you want the instructions to be available in Markdown. So the way that I did it initially to generate that system prompt was basically I used Perplexity. And so I was using Perplexity to look up the stuff for Next.js 14, because I wanted to know, like, what are all the documents and all the different things that we need for Next.js 14, like server actions and all this stuff, so that we can make apps with them. So I just said server actions and routes with Next.js 14 and Cloud Page. Do I need to make my own functions as workers or whatever? I have a whole Next.js prompt that I gave it, and I was basically just doing research. I'll see if I could find it, because I want to piece. Maybe I should make a different video on how I piece through prompts and kind of build them for you. And like, what are the most important concepts and changes? Okay, so like I think it's kind of somewhere around this line of things. Like, what is the Next.js 14 server actions all about? Please give me examples with TypeScript and Tailwind with CSS app router. So whenever there's a new concept, I use like Perplexity to like generate the documentation for me. And then this is the documentation. I think this is exactly what I did. I use this documentation here. This is the very bottom. I hit copy. And then I go into Claude Sonnet. It's like, I want to create a system prompt so that I can give to another LLM to use with Next.js. And here is some research that I've done. And then it takes this and just basically makes a system prompt for you, which is really amazing with examples. And so these examples are super important for these LLMs to follow along. So I said, what are the most important concepts and changes for Next.js with app router, CSS, TypeScript? So I also added this back in as well. And so this is like, Perplexity did a lot of the work for me because it just went through. So I went to use the Vercel AI SDK, and it has all this type of stuff, and it spits it out for me. So you combine these systems, you use Perplexity for the research. And this is the time, like in August. This is August, by the way, before deep research, before any reasoning models or any of those types of things. One of the things that was very clear back then is that if you give it long chains of like system prompts with a markdown structure, that it sort of does its own reasoning by following the prompt exercise. And so the way that language models work, it's going to blow your mind, is that they actually work backwards if you can actually think about it. So what they're trying to do is reason backwards to get to the starting point of what you're asking. And so by giving it these long system instructions, you're actually kind of having it reason and having it kind of recycle through its thought process. And just by accident, it feels like it's actually reasoning. So, and also by accident, you also find that you have moments in the language model where it's actually accessing these different domains and then anchoring them together by your specific instructions. So these hierarchy of instructions can kind of anchor these concepts that are a little bit out of reach, but the language model's ways with Markdown can kind of tie them together. I know I just said a lot of word salad, but basically the very high level of it is, do a lot of research, paste that into something that has a lot of context like Claude Sonnet, tell it to generate instructions to give to another LLM, and it's going to just produce some sauce for you that you would never believe can just take it to the next level. And it's a good way to experiment for that. Another way to experiment before, if you didn't get to watch earlier, so we use platform.openai.com. Sign up for developer accounts free. Go to Playground up here at the very top, and then go to where it says System Message. And in here, you see these little stars. Click those stars. Type in whatever you desire that you want out of here and hit Create. And that will create basically a system prompt for you that you can give already without telling it to create another LLM prompt to follow for another thing like that. So one of the things that you do here is that, like, we were trying to get feedback, and it gave me the exact steps, like welcome and engage the user, encourage open feedback, prompt for specifics, clarify, and then even give me like JSON output with examples that it should follow. Amazing. For free in the generate button here with OpenAI. They do this for you. Claude has a version 2. So if you go to console.claude or Anthropic, the Anthropic console, I think, may have something similar that has its own prompt builder and stuff like that, just for those who are looking. So a lot of concepts I just dropped, but I feel like, you made it this far. You need to get the sauce. That's the sauce that I'm using right now to build this type of stuff. And that's what we do. So like, yeah. So like Hertzfeld Labs was talking about his framework components. So he had a GPT-4o mini endpoint. Does it have like super base authentication rules? I don't know if it does. Hey, Halim Al-Tazihi. What's up, man? Yo, this guy is my dude. If you haven't seen this guy cooks with AI, and we need to do another live stream, Halim, because so much of the AI game has changed. It's like so redonkulous. So check this out. So I have a video on here, if you haven't had a chance, called the Instant Birkin Masterclass. And so one of the things that, especially in fashion, that really annoys me, like, I'm not a fashion bro, right? Like, I like to dress good, but I don't follow the trends. I don't follow celebrities and stuff, because I just need to keep my mind clear on me and what I'm building. We got to build this stuff. But for marketing, it's really interesting. I like to try to figure out what techniques are these influencers and these marketing people doing that are really effective. So I kind of like to study them from like that angle, right? So one of the popular themes here is like gatekeeping. So like Hermes likes to drop these fancy bags and things that only so many people can buy and so forth. And so like they'll give it to a celebrity, and then they somehow have this like photo that someone takes out in the wild and shares, and it just becomes viral, right? Like, that concept is no more, especially with AI, because now you can actually reproduce that step by step. And so back then, when this video dropped, like about in 5 months ago, we walked through the entire steps to basically get something like a virtual try on. And so trying on clothes back then was like nearly impossible, and the models really weren't good enough. But like, you're able to get like basically Sam Altman or the guy from NVIDIA to like try on clothes and stuff like that. In these sweaters, like we have Sam Altman literally trying on like a leather jacket. The leather jacket was also generated in Midjourney, which is just really bonkers. And you literally have just like that, real fast. And so Alim was the first person to kind of walk me through it, because I was not even aware that these models were good enough for that type of stuff yet. I was like, yo, that is crazy that you could even do that. So that's what's up. Let's do it. The feedback received on the last video was amazing. Yeah. I think it's really, man, this stuff changes so fast. And yeah, I want to know what you're cooking with, Alim, because I feel like you're the guy who really stays up to date with this, and I want to know what the latest sauce is. I need to start hyping up my sites and start like getting my Instagram accounts, all blown up and stuff, and get my TikToks up. So I can't imagine the type of stuff that we'll be cooking with very soon. So this is 11 Labs, folks. We've been playing around a little bit for like an hour or so, and kind of walk you through, my setup process, playing with the agents. It is as fast as possible as that we've possibly seen. It seems really quick that you can just create the conversational AI, create a template, support agent super fast, and then I walked you through how we can use Cursor to basically kind of integrate that into your app as fast as possible, starting off with a chat, giving it the code snippet here, telling it to think, and then popping it over into Composer. So that way you can just have Composer implement that for you in your app. And then within no time, basically, it's already implemented. in the app there. And if you want to push the code live, it pretty much would go live, and there it would be at the bottom, and start chatting away type of stuff. So like just like that, you can have a feedback agent, support agent in your website. I'm not sponsored by any of these people. This is literally folks who are reaching out, like Mr. Frank, Hertzfeld Labs, people who are doing the super chats and stuff. Definitely encourage you. If you're getting a lot of value for this, like this is kind of why I want to keep it super raw. By me not making a whole video just dedicated to like, someone paying me just to talk about it. It's like, no, I'm actually trying to use this for my own thing. I'm trying to make some real money here. I'm trying to try these different models so that we can learn together. I feel like it's really important to like not have a bias, right? So if someone's paying me to talk about a specific provider, then I can't talk about their competitors. Then I can't do whatever. And like, that's just not what I'm trying to roll with right now. I'm a free man. I feel like this whole thing of like, if you as a user are paying me or subscribe, I want to provide value for you. And like, if I don't provide value for you, I feel like you have a lot of options, right? And just the support goes a very long ways, because I'm looking to hire an editor, and this company just came to my radar. I was like, I'm going to chat with them tomorrow. Hopefully they can take some of my live streams and start cutting them up, because I did a 7-hour live stream the other day, and that has so much sauce in it. People are still making comments on YouTube, and I can't believe this 7-hour mega stream is just going like badonkers. It has like 13,000 views here, and on YouTube, people are saying like there's just so much sauce in the video. I go from like taking an app, cloning it from GitHub, this app called Wikitalk. So if you aren't familiar, wikitalk.vercel.app. This is a really cool app. So instead of like using TikTok to flick through and just like rot your brain, what this app does basically is it's Wikipedia. You flick up and you get a new Wikipedia article. So you can use this to learn. And I thought this is a really genius way to learn anything. It's like, why can't I just do this but for YouTube videos? And on my 7-hour live stream, I was like, I want to take this GitHub repo, I want to clone it, and I want to add a feature using Cursor, right? Because with Cursor, I could do everything. And I just give it the instructions and we do it. And we cooked. And in that same session, we also deployed it to Vercel super fast. So we now have, Wikitalk front end, and literally it'll just play YouTube videos for the topics that you want. And you notice it skips ahead to the exact section of the thing that you want to learn. So 1 minute 19 section. And I wanted to use this to learn new concepts like LLMs and stuff. I want to learn how language models work. I want to learn how these types of things. So why can't I have an AI that goes and digs through all those transcripts, finds those key topics that I want to learn, understand if it's 30 seconds, a minute, or 2 minutes that I need to like chunk the information down. What is the topic, easy, medium, or hard, and then categorize it accordingly, and then try to predict the next video I need to watch. So I'm making an algorithm just for me, but also to share back for the rest of the world. So if it works for me on this topic, it should also work for other topics. And that's why, I architected this app, and it's like, we need to do this for us, because I can't take a thick book like this and just read the whole thing and just kind of get it. I need to apply. I need to see what other people are doing. As part of the reason why I go to YouTube. And as you know, like even with my live streams for 7 hours, there's so much sauce in like one big video that you don't always need to watch the full thing. You can just maybe get a snippet. And that's kind of why I built this app. And that's why I think it's going to be very useful here, because, it's like, Wikitalk front end. So like, I started building this, and this is going to be something that I touch upon a little bit more as I talk about those techniques. And then I also covered the architecture in there as well. So if you're curious about like how we architected the app, it started off really complex, but then we kind of simplified it a little bit more. And this is kind of what I was thinking about as far as like, where the app is going and what's happening. So we would just basically, the app would just go to YouTube and then get the timestamps for the YouTube video. And then we'll send those transcripts and get the topics with the timestamps over to Google Gemini. And then that will be stored in a database, so that when future people come to use the app, it will have like a database of videos to feed to the app so that it can get started right away. And if people give, YouTube links, it'll start to go out and process them, in my code and then store them in the database. So that way they'll be available for the users in the future and for other users in the future. And then I'll probably have like an engine that would actually try to go and understand each user's preferences for learning, and then kind of give them specific videos and clips accordingly. So what's nice about this app is the fact that I don't have to worry about clipping videos. I just have to worry about what segments of the video are really interesting on YouTube. And YouTube lets you pass in exact timestamps of where a specific, where you want to start the video. So that's actually, I was like, how has anyone not already done this? And this is kind of something that I want to work on because, why reclip videos? All the content's already there. All the knowledge is there already. So that's kind of where we're going in this. So yeah, that's the type of streams I do. I go off all over the place, but that's kind of where I'm headed. Building my app, Ray Transcribes, because of a content creator need that I need. And then I'm sharing that back with the world and sharing with you how I code with AI, using Cursor and all these types of things. I say code, but I would say more like architect with AI. I'm doing less coding now. I'm doing more architecting, problem solving, and trying to pull these different pieces together. So you're kind of following along my journey with me live as I do this. And what's nice about the live is the fact that everyone can ask questions and kind of follow along. Yes, this is live. Piotr, how do you pronounce your name? I'd love to be able to pronounce your name. Piotr Hana. That'd be kind of cool. So yeah, that's what's up. Other than that, big shout outs again to Hertzfeld Labs for the super there on YouTube. If you're rewatching this stream later on, you're more than welcome to add a super there. That's super cool in the comments, or to hit the join button to join and be part of the family as well. If you're watching on X, you're welcome to support there as well. Everything helps because that's kind of, I'm using this to kind of roll into, video editing and kind of improving the whole live stream like setup stuff. I got some nice cameras and things I used to do as a hobby photographer. I'm going to share another insight that you don't really know about me. So rayfernando.com, I actually do photography. So that's actually kind of how I started back in the day. Obsessed with photography. I'm going to move my head out of the way because I don't think my head needs to be here. The work kind of speaks for itself, if you know what I mean. So yeah, that's my work. I used to be a photographer. I used to try to do weddings and stuff, and I love photography. And everywhere I go, I bring my camera, and I try to shoot stuff like wildlife or landscapes. Like, this is really bonkers if you can believe it. Like, all these shots I shot here are all of iPhone, shot on iPhone. So I can see things and I'm just like, this has to be captured. Like, how is this not captured? Like, we need this. I have never sold a print, by the way. Like, this has all just been out of hobby, and I love doing this type of stuff. So if anyone wants a print, let me know. I'll be happy to figure out how we can get some prints going, and hook you up. Because I feel like I've actually made some prints for people who've wanted it. Like, I've made this one for sure. And then I've made the San Francisco one as well. Like, this one's really popular. People like this because it's kind of spring, looking back that way. And then, for travel as well. Somebody says that I should get this posted and give it to National Geographic. This is when I was traveling to Mozambique via cruise. And you pull off some of these towns. It's really insane how things go. But people are really happy, especially if they live on the shoreline. They get their food and stuff. And the door literally just opened. And I had my big lens camera with me. And I didn't have time to actually change out the lens because there's certain moments that happen. You just have to capture them. So I put my camera down. I grabbed the phone out of my pocket and just snap a photo. And it was just so perfect. The lighting, everything. I was like, the expressions, the joy. I can't even explain, So you don't always have to shoot with the big camera and you get amazing results. And this is kind of showcasing that. And what's amazing is that this photo actually won Apple's Shot on iPhone campaign. I submitted this one and they selected it as far as one of their Shot on iPhone campaign things. And you would not believe it, but this was shot on an iPhone 6S. iPhone 6S. That is just absolutely badonkers and stuff. Yeah. I reset my Instagram account. I deleted everything and I just re-added it back in. So this used to be on there and I think I got rid of it. And then I should put it back on. So that would look fire black and white. Yeah. Black and white would just be absolutely bonkers if you're trying to do that type of stuff. So yeah, that's kind of like what I used to do before. I should probably talk about my photography workflow in a different video, but I feel like if you stay this long, you're kind of one of my family. You're definitely kind of following along with the journey here. And it's just kind of giving you this like inside baseball about me that most people don't really know. They probably just see me coding online, but I love photography. I just love wildlife. I like just kind of observing the world, and just using this, like I've really honed down this gift of trying to, capture the expression, because like, if you study science and quantum physics, you start to realize that like these moments will never exist exactly in the way that you see them ever again. So photography kind of gets you that one moment in time where you can actually do that and capture it and then show people like, this is what I saw, And that's kind of why I like photography, because yeah, at a quantum level, it'll never ever exist again in that exact state and way the whole world is exactly at that time. So that's what's kind of cool. So you can always go back. The bigger things will be there, but like, the exact positioning of the clouds and in the exact way that it is, you will only see it that one time. And this is kind of the joy of our world. Sort of the joy of why I like to just wake up in the morning and do things. And also the big joy of trying to understand AI, because this is one of the few moments where we're going to be able to change the world as fast as it's changing around us, to be able to kind of hop on this wave. I'm looking back and it's like, damn, this is a big ass wave. And I'm surfing on it right now. And you're surfing on it too, being right here watching this. And if you're watching this a year from now, like it's still not late. This wave is massive. I think it's going to be really cool to look back on these videos a year from now and be like, bro, it's crazy to look back at my videos from August, right? And just like talk how I just talked about using Cursor and how that's just blown up, right? I mean, I just still can't believe how much things have really changed. So big shout outs to Poland. Thank you for tuning in. I think, isn't it like super late over there? Time in Poland right now is 8:51 p.m. Oh, it's not that late. Okay, that's cool. Yeah, it's about 11:51. And yeah, we've been coding and going on for a little while. I love doing these live streams. And if you're down with that, if you haven't had a chance to subscribe at Ray Fernando 1337, I'll be back at you. I had a goal today to get some supers. I think it was like if I had like a couple, like 5 supers in a row, that I would, basically be able to do this live stream tomorrow. So I might come back at you on Friday or Saturday and basically maybe continue building up that WikiTalk front end that I was kind of talking about. So I want to try to do that. Tomorrow, I'm going to a meetup at Grok, GROQ, the headquarters. So if you don't know about Grok, these guys are just killing it right now. So grok.com. I want to give you some sauce. I always try to, like, my endings are always like taking forever to end because I'm just so excited about this stuff. But y'all have to know about this. So Grok is like probably one of the fastest inferences ever. So like I could just say, what is generative AI? And just like, boom, this is it. This is not rehearsed. This is not cached. This is just that. It's Grok. It's fast as hell. That's Llama 3. If we want to talk to the spec deck of Llama, DeepSeek, like build an app that will play the game of life or something like that. And it's like, boom, Conway's Game of Life. It's like already done the thinking at 1,600 tokens per second. It does the reasoning and the game and everything all in one shot, just like that. Like, if y'all don't know about this, they now have like, okay, so it used to take forever. Now you can actually pay for the models. Like they had such a low limit because they didn't have the actual infrastructure, but now you can actually self-serve, which means you can put your credit card in, join the dev console and then start like cooking and actually making apps with their API, which is awesome. Yeah, they basically got the Saudi bag. So this is a really interesting play. And this is kind of what's nice about like not being sponsored by anyone is that we could just straight up talk. So what do you think is the sauce on what's going on? To me, it's an interesting play because I think there's like a little bit of like an underlying energy play below that as well, right? These data centers and stuff need a lot of power. And then the Grok infrastructure also needs a lot of compute and a lot of power for them to run their LPUs, which is a different stack. And I'd be really interested to get like an actual silicon engineer on the show and maybe have them debate with someone from the Grok side, because I feel like there's a lot of like talk back and forth. I'm hearing a lot of chatter from people in the Silicon group who are saying, well, like, I don't know how they're going to scale profitably and do whatever. They're just undercharging to get people through. It's like, yeah, but I don't know. I feel like there are two different experiences here, right? And so the Silicon people are saying one thing, the people who work at Grok are pushing their thing, and there's this sort of conflict. But underneath it all is energy, right? Data centers, massive, distribution. How fast can you get a model up and running? Can you support all the requests that need to come through your system? That type of stuff. So that's what's up. Yeah. 11 labs cost too much, unstable at scale. Please share more of your experience. I'd love to learn more of what that means. I'm still exploring this space, but what stuff have you tried? Because 11 Labs has a lot of products, by the way. The only product that we were looking at right now is a conversational AI for like the support role. So I'd love to know how you use it for the support role. How many hours or minutes have you used it for? And then what are some examples of where it did work? And then where are some examples where it didn't work? And if you were to fix anything, what would you fix, right? Like if you were to have a conversation with 11 Labs people and say, I want you to fix this because this is what's causing my price to go up really high. Let me know. I want to know. I sincerely want to know. I'm not sponsored and I don't care. Like I want to better understand this. So as I'm getting into this, I can tell more people. And by the way, anything you share here helps other people too. So like that's kind of the whole thing of why I'm doing live streams here. What do you think of the most promising? Is the most promising for building an app? There are phases to this. So depending on your experience, depending on what you just want to build a really basic app that just proves an idea, like 0 to MVP, right? You're just trying to prove an MVP. Replit, V0, start talking to those things and just start making apps today. I'm gonna show you real quick. Some sauce. V0.dev is probably like my favorite one right now. There's so many templates that you can just start out with and just start to just say, I want you to take this and add this to it, or I want you to make whatever. I made my transcription app from V0 in August on a live stream. It's actually in my popular live streams on YouTube. I walk you through the instructions of how I did that app. And now, it's basically live and I have basically a couple paying customers for it, like just from that. So right now I'm from like MVP to like the first 10 customers. And that's kind of where I'm at right now. And that's basically what I would say as far as like, try those two. Replit as well. Replit agent apparently is really good. They do React now. You can get a database up with them super fast. You can get authentication up super fast. Prove your idea. Throw a Stripe link if you need to. You don't even need Stripe integration. So my app still doesn't have Stripe integration. It just has a Stripe payment link. And so the Stripe payment link will say lock in early, will literally send me a text. And then I just go on to Clerk and then just put their email in, and it sends you an email to start to create an account. Like no one could create an account unless I send the invite out. This is 0 to MVP, and you have to do stuff by hand. And sure, I could have cursor code it, but why? Why spend money to a database provider? Why spend money to anything? It's just still covered for free, And my app works from Vercel V0. Like I'm not sponsored. This is just kind of what I did. I'm sharing this back with you, and that's what's up. That's kind of where I'm working with. App plus jobs 100. Yeah. So as far as insane pricing, we're talking about 11 labs. So let's go check the pricing that people were talking about, because that's kind of what we were talking about there. So this is the pricing that they have up. Basically, let me move my head out of the way. So it's basically free for up to like 15 minutes of the conversational AI, 50 minutes for $5, and then 250 minutes for $11 a month. And then 1,000 minutes for $99 a month. So Plus Jobs was saying insane pricing, like laughable. So many great alternatives, shooting themselves in the foot, fix their ridiculous pricing, not at scale. Yeah, I want some more details. I wanted to know a little bit more about your use case, what you've tried, and kind of why you think it's pricey or what causes the prices to go up. Because they offer a lot of products, right? And I'm specifically looking at the conversational AI. So I would even put into consideration bucket, to be honest. Can't even use it on a browser extension on the text to read articles priced out. Yeah, I think your use cases and mine are very different here. And I think it's really good that you've been able to explore and share that back with everyone. And yeah, by the way, I don't have any bias. I don't care whatever you say. That's kind of why I put this up here. Like I'm not here to, whatever. Like I feel like, but the focus of me for right now is like the thing that's in front of me is my MVP, and my MVP is being proven and people are paying me money. So I need to get that feedback loop that's automated as fast as possible. And I don't want to hire, I want to try to see if it can actually use AI. And from the things I learned earlier was the fact that people would rather give feedback to an AI than a human being because they can be more raw and real. So I'm learning Cursor. I want to build an app that can sell in iOS. Got it. Yeah. That's a big road to follow. One creator that I would definitely suggest you follow is Code with Chris. So Code with Chris is great. I feel like if you haven't had a chance to do his workshops or anything like that, this guy is awesome for iOS. He's so good at explaining things and is very calm and it has no pretentiousness and it's so easy to follow. So get his sign up for his How to Make an App in 8 Days. I think this will Guillermo, I think this will be good for you. Anyone who's building an iOS app, follow this roadmap. How to build an iOS Code with Chris. Learn codewithchris.com. Let me put this in here. I would definitely say go check this out. I'm not sponsored again. No, that's why I like being raw here. Free courses, launch your first app, make an app in 8 days, enroll for free. He's got a menu app. He'll walk you through with Swift UI, and then just pay for his Plus membership. I think it'll pay for itself. It's like maybe $100 or something. Get unlimited access. What does it say? Monthly is $40 a month. Annual is $32 a month. If you're serious about iOS and you like his style and you go through his free content and you like it, highly, highly recommend this guy. He's great. He's legit. So many people have built a lot of apps with his stuff. People have been published. Yeah, he's good. He's good. I feel like that'll probably save you a lot of time because it's very structured. It'll take you through it. I think he has a code kit. Yeah, this guy is awesome. And one of the reasons kind of why I say to follow someone like him is because coding in Swift is, how do I say this? You need to have a model of the world to understand. And that can take some weeks / months, some people even years to kind of really understand that this is a whole concept. When you're coding in Swift, you're really trying to model the world into structures of data. So you start to understand, I need to make a view, and that's what a view is. And so any instructions that relate to what you see, like a button, need to only be contained in a button area. And then when you have data, like a database, right? You need to then structure your thinking and structure okay, what is the data that I need to have so that when I, add a user and then they're adding transcriptions and then they have a subscription, how do I keep track of all that? So you basically have to make a little mental model for that. And that lives in code. And then whenever your app is kind of at the highest layer, right? Think about a glass looking down. So when you're looking down, you're like, okay, there's buttons that display certain things. You don't always want to display all the information from the database to the user because it's too confusing. So that's why you make these views. And the views will hold that container of code. And then that code will then have to talk to the database. So that's why you have to get these abstractions of thinking down. And you only kind of get those reps in by coding a lot. And also by coding with AI can kind of help you understand those concepts. And Chris does a great job breaking down here's views, here's how we do it. This is what this looks like in code. Here's databases. This is what this looks like. And that way you're kind of making these mental models and kind of looping back. And after you get that exercise for a little bit, then you'll start to kind of turn like me, where you can just tell the AI systems, okay, build this, do that, add these things. And it looks so easy, but getting those reps in are going to be really important for you to do that. So that's kind of Swift in a nutshell. To be prepared, there's a lot of mental models to keep in place, but once you kind of get those going, those are applied everywhere else. You'll start to see them everywhere else. You'll see structs kind of look similar in type strips, like interfaces and objects and things. I don't want to confuse you too much, but yeah, I think that's kind of where you're going to be going with this. And I feel like that's going to be very helpful for you if you're going down that route. So that's what's up. Yeah. So building 3D modeling with AI, sort of like how the NBA introduced the AR games. That would be really cool. I need to learn more about that because I know that there's these new AI models that are out where you can give it like one image and it can build a 3D model for you, which is really cool. And then these little files are what you put into your app and they kind of just appear. And yeah, usually design a designer for that. So yeah, I do love it, but yes, frustrated by that for sure. Yeah, I totally get you. Say you have 10,000 users using it for 15 minutes a day, 4.5 million minutes a month. So plus jobs, do you actually have that many users or do you have an app that does that? Like, I'd love to know, you know, I think it's too easy to get caught up right now, like in theoretics of stuff. Like, I'd love to have that problem, but I feel like if I'm having that problem and I'm charging people like an average of $20 a month and they need that help, and then like it's a business, right? Think about this in business terms. The money you put in and the money you get out, right? Like it's a cycle. If you're not getting enough money or value out of it, get out of it, right? Find a better alternative. If you like pay $200 a month for an authentication service, but you're getting back like $500,000 a month from it, I mean, to me, it's a no-brainer. You know what I mean? So like, that's what's up. Like that's, you know, these services are replacing industries where people are paying like thousands of dollars a month for data centers, for call centers and these types of things. And even if you get like as an admin or a couple people to work for you to do that type of service, that's the type of money you're saving, right? Like just think about trying to stand up a database to collect all that feedback. You know, I was actually thinking about like, okay, I need to set my authentication for this. I need to set up a different service. I need to deploy it somewhere. I've had these webhooks and stuff. Like building this by scratch or trying to use other providers, like is the same story. You know, it's just like different people will give you different pieces and it's nearly sort of the same prices or not. But that's not even the problem I want to think about right now. I'm going from 0 to 10 customers, from 10 customers to 100. And the biggest thing that you need to know are two things to make an app right now. One is distribution. Finding your audience to have a distribution is really important. 2, feedback. Feedback is like the most important thing. Once you get the people to come through your funnel, you need that feedback so that you can improve your app. Your idea of what you think your app is and the problem you think it solves is not the problem that your users will see. They have their own needs, their own wants. And the only way you can get that is by either installing some software that analyzes where they're clicking and what's happening, or having them actually give you feedback, or like going out to talk with them, like actually going and giving them a call. And the problem with calling them or talking with them or having a voice chat with them is that they're not always going to tell you to their face what's actually wrong. They're going to go tell their friends what's wrong. They're going to go tell everyone else why they're frustrated. They'll talk to an AI and tell the AI why it's frustrated. They don't want to talk to you. So that's what's up. That's kind of why I'm going down this route. And that's what's up, man. So doesn't Cursor help with that? Question mark. Yes, Cursor helps with MVP. Cursor helps with code. Cursor can help with modeling. But if you're still new to code and you're just getting started, you have a couple different routes. I want to also talk about this other app that you should be doing if you're doing app building right now. And that's called Fast Waitlist. I like what this kid did and he cooked, and I love this whole thing. So you need to validate your ideas, and you can do that actually today without writing code in Cursor or anything like that. It's literally free. You can have up to 100 people sign up for free. And that's how you know your idea is validated. And this guy's giving you this for free. So all you have to do is come up with a name, come up with you don't even need a site. You can have it go to Beehive or whatever. Create your waitlist right now with the product idea, and you will easily validate whether your actual thing is a viable idea or not. So for free, get 100 signups, one waitlist page. He has templates, so you can use a template. Like for example, I think we'll go to one example. I'm not going to share my friend's project. I'll ask him. And I'll show you in the next live stream, but he already got 15 signups in less than an hour after I told him about this website. And I was like, dude, you just need to put that out there before you start coding with any idea. Make sure people actually want your idea. And he did that. And I said, send it to everyone, your friends, anyone, make sure they can get signed up. And this is exactly example of the sign up page. So fire, right? So put it up there, get people to sign up, start communicating, start that conversation. That's all you need right now. If you learn code in parallel, you're going to learn all these things in parallel. I think that's what you need to do. Yeah, exactly. Find a better alternative. I can't subscribe to that logic as it eats too heavily into the margin, where there are many alternatives. Anyway, to 11 labs, one service stack. Yeah. Definitely give waitlist a try. Yeah. Fastwaitlist.com. Fast waitlist. This is becoming like a whole builder, like a builder stream. But I think that's kind of the energy that we're on right now. And this is kind of why I'm so excited, and I need to share back with you all the things that I'm learning at the same time, because there's just so much sauce in here right now. So yeah, fastwaitlist.com. Just create it. Start putting it up. What is your idea? How can you use that? I think Claude. Yeah. So, damn. So much sauce we're dropping at the end. This is what I always do though. I'm just so excited because in the age I've gone through this in the past like 4 months, and it's just so hard for me to kind of write it all down. I just need to live stream it out. So that's what I'm doing. I'm just getting it out in live streams. So I appreciate everyone who's been able to comment. It's been great to have supporters like you who joined the stream, who like, subscribe, and share. Like, you could do that for free. That's so awesome if you get so much value from it. Big shout outs to people with the big pockets, and any type of pockets really, who given the super chats and stuff, like Hertzfeld Labs coming through with the connect there. It helps support the channel, helps keep this stuff helps keep people out of my mouth, if you know what I mean. I rather have this talk about this cool thing. And one last sauce before I leave that you have to check out is double zero double-0 So this is something that I'm going to work on getting set up right now. And this is basically an email hosting provider that you can have. And so a lot of people set up for Resend. So resend.com is a really popular email service. And what happens is that like you get locked in, and by the time you scale and grow to like 50,000 emails, you're paying $20 a month, and then like 100,000 emails. So that means like every person who signs up gets an email. Every person who like does a transaction gets an email. Every person who, like, any step of the way that you need to do is there's like a lot of emails involved, reset password and all this stuff. And so one user can have 10 to 100 emails or so, like a month. And then, if you get 100 users, you'll quickly be paying like $100 a month or something like that. The actual truth that I've learned over time is the fact that you can actually host your own email service provider on Amazon for like nearly cheap or free, super duper cheap. And if you get some Amazon credits, I mean, that's going to be free for a long time. So 00 from this guy named Levi dropped a thing where you can actually set up your own infrastructure and not have to worry about, paying for a request or anything like that. He's like, yo, this is just a server. This is on AWS. And like, you don't have to use AWS and all the crazy configurations on there. All you have to do is just pop in this command and then download this thing, and then you're pretty much set up, So you can actually pre-order this today. It's like $175. And he has like what you can get for free, which is nice, just transactional emails and multi-receipt tracking. But you can get the WYSIWYG editor. So this is something I'm still experimenting with. I haven't done a live yet because I want to play around with this some more. And he has like a GitHub, a Discord as well. If you pop into the Discord, tell them Ray Fernando says hi and that you come from the stream. I think that'd be kind of cool. I get no kickbacks. I love people who do stuff like this and put it out there, because we need more of this type of energy out here for us builders and people who are trying to do stuff like this with AI. So that's what's up. Yeah, that's 00.cloud. Y'all know what's up. So yeah, this is the same argument I used for 11 Labs. Yeah, good chat for sure. Yeah. If there is a service plus jobs, let me know if I can host my own voice thing and do exactly what I can do in 11 Labs for like a fixed cost. That's what we're here. Share back. I want to learn. People in the community want to learn. Please share the sauce. Like I'm not here to gatekeep nothing. This is kind of what we're doing here. So yeah, appreciate everyone who's been able to join. Ray Fernando 1337 are the vibes. 2 hours in, 615 people. Shout out to everyone who's following on YouTube at Ray Fernando 1337. Follow along there. On X, same handle at Ray Fernando 1337. You guys have really made my day, and I'll see y'all this weekend. Make sure you give the thumbs up, like, subscribe, and see y'all on